Hello, beautiful souls. This is Eric Brown coming at you live. Well, okay, I'm not coming at you live at this moment, but while I'm recording this, I'm live. From an unnamed part of Utah. I can't figure out what its name is, but I found a very special place to me that I haven't been able to find in years, thanks to my good friend Natalie. So I am here right now with my camp hair, being campy. And I wanted to talk about, oh my god, the sheep are back. Oh, this is wild. Okay. So I wanted to talk about, the other day I mentioned how Mercury went direct. So I wanted to talk about what that means for the next couple of weeks for us. Because when Mercury goes direct, although everyone can be super excited, like, yeah, Mercury's not retrograde anymore, everything's gonna be normal, business is gonna be booming, people are gonna love me, I'm gonna have awesome communication skills. No. Unfortunately, that's not really how that works. Just kind of like there's so many sheep. Just kind of like how humans, when we wake up from a deep slumber, we're kind of like, yawn, coffee, and it takes us a minute to get into our normal flow. Could you imagine if we had to, well, I guess some people do, but if we had to wake up and just immediately start working, or wake up and immediately get back into the flow of the daytime things? It's not really something that we do. And so this happens too when Mercury comes out of retrograde. He's groggy, he needs his coffee, he's gotta wake up, he's checking Facebook instead of getting out of bed, whatever he's doing. So for a couple weeks, we're going to be slowly getting back into the gear of things, slowly getting back into our normal groove. And so with this, that means that things are going to start revealing themselves to us in a piecemeal kind of way. They're going to, so during Mercury retrograde, because of the miscommunications and all of that stuff that go on during that time, my hair's taking up the entire camera. We can make agreements that we didn't realize we were making, or we can get involved in projects that we didn't have all of the details about, or we can sign a lease that's got some clause in it that we didn't realize was there. A lot of stuff we get into in Mercury retrograde because of not having all of the information and not being in the best space of communication. So for the few weeks that come after Mercury retrograde, all of those little nuances start appearing to us. We start, like the things start getting revealed that were miscommunicated, or the details of things that we weren't given or that we didn't give before start coming to the surface, and we're like, oh, I didn't know that's what was part of what I was doing. I can't talk. I didn't know that was a part of what I was doing. Let me rewrite this, or let me agree to a different agreement. I feel like there's a Brokeback Mountain moment about to happen. There's all of these sheep, and the sheep. What are they called? Sheep herders, shepherds. It's so awesome. Anyways. So that means that stuff's gonna start coming to the surface that is gonna want to irritate us. We're gonna realize that we didn't have all the information. We're gonna want to get mad at other people for not communicating it, or not sending the text message, or not making sure the email went through, or they should have known I don't check my voicemail, whatever it is. We're really gonna want to put the blame on other people not giving us information, when really part of the lesson is an understanding that we need to make sure that we're dotting all of our I's, crossing all of our T's, asking the questions that need to be asked so that we can have all of the information that we need to make decisions with discernment and to, stay in our flow. So, I would definitely say to have patience for the next couple of weeks. To understand that stuff is going to be surfacing, specifically like information and conversations are going to be surfacing that might contradict something you were told during Mercury's retrograde, or that might contradict something that you told someone else. We're going to be, all of those miscommunications are now going to be falling into place and syncing up and finding their pieces. And so sometimes that means great things for us. Sometimes that means, yay, I didn't know that I signed up for a business deal that I was going to make 6 figures with. That's dope. Or it could be, you know what, I really don't want to be part of this partnership anymore because I didn't understand that this was involved. Whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to... I want to go play with the sheep. It doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to It doesn't have to be inconveniencing. When we understand that that's the flow we're supposed to be in, whatever we're getting pulled out of when it comes to this Mercury waking up and stuff like that, it's because that stuff wasn't for us, and we really need to understand why we wanted it to be for us in the first place. I know I particularly have gone through a couple of those situations in the last couple of weeks where I really wanted to, or thought I wanted to, do something or be a part of something, or I thought that I should be doing it. And come to find out, I didn't have all of the information about these things, and it ended up being that I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. And part of it was the fact that I, kept myself in the space of ignorance and didn't ask the right questions, didn't speak what was on my mind, didn't allow myself to get the information that my intuition knew that I needed, but that I was not wanting to speak up about. It's really interesting the way that we get to see how we keep ourselves quiet during Mercury retrograde, specifically as it comes to getting information and having the facts that we need to have. So have patience with yourself and with other people, and be glad that this information is being revealed at all. Be glad that these miscommunications are being cleared up, even if they feel like they're being cleared up in shitty ways, or inconvenient ways, or disastrous ways. It doesn't matter. The fact is that it's being cleaned up somehow. There's definitely a difference between sweeping and acid washing something, but it's okay. It's going to be clean afterwards. Also, during this phase, business can start picking up, and the thing is because we're going through this super fire Leo season, Leo double moons, Leo portals of gates of lions, all of this stuff. Business picking up again is going to be partially dependent on us going about our work in a new way. Everything right now is about newness, and specifically newness as it applies to our work, newness as it applies to our passions, newness as it applies to what we dedicate our time and energy to. So right now, those of us who are in, dead-end jobs, or not working, or, enter 17 examples here, are going to see that this time requires us to step into our work a different way, or to allow ourselves to perceive stepping into a new type of work, a type of work that actually is going to make us happier, a type of work that is actually going to be in line with our passions. And that's like the key word is passion. Leo energy is all about passion. So this is stepping into our work as it feeds and fuels our passions. And if it doesn't, coming out of Mercury retrograde, we're going to be feeling like things are not wanting to ramp back up. We're going to be feeling like business is not going back to booming. We're going to feel like, hey, can we make sure that Mercury actually isn't retrograde anymore? And it's because you're wanting to fight the flow that you're being pulled into. And think about that, how sad is it if the flow that we're fighting, the flow that we are resisting change for, the flow that we are resisting stepping into, is the flow that's actually authentic to and congruent with our passions and our authentic self and the things that bring us joy. So although it can be scary to make these changes, although it can definitely be daunting and intimidating to allow ourselves to put these pieces into place, to give ourselves permission to only do what we enjoy and what we're passionate about and what brings us a sense of fulfillment, that's what the universe is wanting for us. Always, but specifically right now, all of these astrological pieces and pieces here on Earth are getting put into place that's like, no, go do that. Go do what you enjoy. And if you're not doing what you enjoy, you're gonna feel miserable. You're going to not want to get out of bed. You're going to not want to do the things that you've obligated yourself to do because you don't want to do them. They don't make you happy. They don't bring you joy. So stop doing those things. So Mercury is really helping us right now to see the truth in all of these areas that maybe we've been lying to ourselves. Maybe the miscommunication has been us with ourselves and has nothing to do with the people on the outside. Do you talk to sheep people? Like, I guess I'm not doing this video live, so it's pointless to ask this question, but I'm going to ask it anyways and see what people say, and then the next time I see sheep, I'll have my answer. Like the guy on the horse that's guiding the sheep around. There's a fly in my hair. Is it, uncouth to go and talk to him? Are you supposed to leave them alone? I want to go talk to him. I want to know what it's like being, That's a big ass, red ass ant. I want to know what it's like to be the alchemist. Alright. That's my information about Mercury and how he's waking up slowly. Oh, do you want to look and see where I am? Can I turn this around? Fuck. Can I not? I don't think I can turn this around. I can take a picture of myself, so that's cool. I guess I can't turn this around. That's really depressing. Well, I will definitely upload pictures and videos and stuff. Well, I guess I can turn this around. This is where I am. Look at that. Check this place out. This is gorgeous. Bourgeois. There's my knee. Oh my god, it's so pretty.